So Bill Gates' whole thing is like, I'm not a villain, right?
Yeah.
People are like, you are a villain. He's like, if I'm such a villain, why am I starting a mosquito factory? So Bill Gates essentially has a mosquito factory where he's cranking out like 20 milli mosquitoes a day.
Yeah, I'm pretty pro Bill Gates on this one.
You're sort of liking the mosquito factory.
I had dengue fever.
20 million of your dick.
Dude, I literally had. He's making these super mosquitoes.
That's what
to
happened.
cure
Danny pulls his dick out, and then the girl goes over, hanging out with Bill Gates' factory. You have a bit of a bite on you.
Yeah, he's trying to rid the world of dengue fever. I'm sure a lot of people are like, yeah, you really believe that's what he's doing?
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like, if I had this idea where it's like, all I have to do is make 20 million mosquitoes a day and unleash them, and there's some way that I'll help cure dengue fever, I go, you know what? It's not the move. It's like, if you had an idea where you go, you know how you can cure sunscreen is just put Legos in the sand at every beach. If you put nails in apples that are delivered on Halloween, it's like a really solid move in order to make kids healthier.
Razor blades and apples and chocolate bars.
Well, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like probably the most.
I mean, this is some real Dr. Frankenstein.
That's what I'm
shit
saying.
right here.
Imagine telling someone, people are like, listen, buddy, this guy's a villain, and you're like, as if as you stand there in front of the Mosquito King.
Well,
you're telling me the Mosquito King is a villain.
Yeah. He goes, bzzz, you wouldn't mess with Bill Gates.
I'm telling you, I'm a villain, huh? Just holding up mosquitoes and just fucking putting them into a ball. This is what he says. Yeah, he goes, it's going to, basically they put something in the mosquitoes that then meets with the other mosquitoes.
They put a bacteria in the mosquitoes, and then they make those mosquitoes, they release them to go fuck with the dengue mosquitoes, and then they can't have dengue fever
We'll
anymore.
see.
I mean, that's how I got dengue fever. Is
Do you know
goddamn skeeter bit me.
Oh, yeah, well, I'll tell you,
Cambodia.
this is one step away from him being like, you know what would really help if we had like just swarms of locusts just following me around. And he said, yeah, it was Zika, Chingaguama, yellow fever, which I thought we're not supposed to say anymore, but Bill Gates apparently doesn't care about that.
It's a different kind of yellow
going to
fever.
cure that. I don't know if mosquito's supposed to cure that. I think what happened was he was like, basically, because he used to go to that island all the time with his hedge fund buddies, right? And then,
Jeffrey Epstein.
I'm not saying names. I'm just saying
Epstein Island.
he used to have a couple buddies that he would go to an island with, and then I think what happened was he's like missing the island, and he was like, well, if we get some mosquitoes kicking, I can sort of create the island vibe.
Yeah.
He goes, get some mosquitoes, man.
I'm very pro this, only because because I've had dengue fever before. If I ever get it again, I have like a 1 in 20 chance of dying. So I'm pro Bill Gates right now on this one.
He says basically it's like supposed to be essentially they've put like almost like a vaccine. Well, it's not technically a vaccine, but I guess none of his vaccines are.
It's just a gene therapy. It's not a vaccine.
I guess none of his vaccines are technically vaccines.
Yeah, they're not vaccines, okay?
So what's your situation? When did you get it again?
I got it in 2007. I got dengue fever when I was in Laos. Yeah. On the way to Laos,
very gay fever.
It really stinks. It really sucked a lot. It was definitely the sickest I've ever
Everyone
been.
they're with, they're like, okay, you've got den fever, Danny.
It's dengue fever.
Oh, they had den fever, and then
everybody was calling me Den instead of Dan, and then
Dan Gay fever. If people were calling you,
yeah, Dan Gay,
Danny. So what happened? You just were fucking out of commission for a little bit?
We took a boat, and then we took this boat from Thailand, northern Thailand, to Laos or whatever, and then I guess because there's mosquitoes everywhere. It's not like all of a sudden there's just like there was no mosquitoes. And
Danny got a bit of a virus leaving Thailand. Nothing to do with Thailand. It was anything. It was on the boat on the way from Thailand.
It was definitely on the boat.
I got a virus immediately after I left Thailand.
Yeah. I was like by far the sickest I've ever been. Like I basically went from having
this doesn't even say it would cure dengue.
Yes, it did.
It says Zika, Chungamama, and yellow fever.
Oh, I read. It said dengue in there.
Maybe he's trying to say it'll cure everything.
This is the dengue one, and dengue is like it doesn't kill a crazy amount of people, but infects tons of people.
This is him with his mosquitoes. Bill Gates. And you
fly, my pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
And he does like one of these, and they all.
This is the type of thing you'd like. you'd be like, no. And then I looked at the website and it was BillGates.com. I honestly thought this was propaganda until I read the website name.
Yeah. I was really to hate this, and then he struck a chord with me.
You're liking it
after dengue fever. But it's like, yeah, it is a diabolical.
It's diabolical.
If he's able to really pull this off too, and then the question is, yeah, I wonder if there's gonna be way more mosquitoes. It sucks though. Like the people who like get this a lot live in like the jungle, and they have to everything has to be covered in mosquito netting. It's the only way they can do it. And the worst part, when we were there, they're like, yeah, all these people are dying because they like can't even afford a net.
Right.
And you're like, damn, that sucks. But it's if it works, I mean, I don't know if it's gonna work.
I'm against it.
You're against it.
It just seems like if we were at a boardroom and people were proposing ideas, I'd be like, well, we must have something else.
Yeah. This is kind of you ever see Kids in the Hall brain candy?
It's like almost one of those things where they go, listen, there's like we need to put this protein out in the wild or whatever for the mosquitoes to get. And you're like, what are you thinking? Maybe we put it in the food, like maybe we get it to the people, and be like, I'm thinking more mosquitoes.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this.
What if it doesn't even work? Where the mosquitoes they go to mate with the other mosquitoes? Now you just have double the mosquitoes.
Double
with dengue
mosquitoes,
fever.
potentially more. Yeah,
20 million a day.
That's so many mosquitoes. The crazy thing is like mosquito nets cost $5 retail.
Yeah, go buy everyone more nets.
Like honestly, if you just went and bought everybody nets, like that actually would solve it. But I guess they're just like, we're gonna do it from the super villain like. The top from the top rope.
If it is from the top rope. If I was Bill Gates and I was like funding this, I would at least be like, let's keep my name off this puppy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Bill Gates is very much in a state of shock at how quickly he's publicly become this villain.
Of course.
I don't think he was ever prepared for this this kind of life as a villain.
No, I don't think so either. He was just thinking like everything I do, I'm going to get.
Well, because he was like, I'm going to cure malaria and I'm going to do all this and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden everybody's like, we hate you, Bill Gates.
Well, every supervillain has something that they need to cure the earth of. That's the classic supervillain thing. It's like, you need to cure the earth of evil. You need to cure basically you need to rid the scum. Like, he's just the billionaire version of the guy with angel wings on the girl in his basement.
Yeah.
He's releasing the mosquitoes on her to cleanse her. Ugh. He's what the billionaire version looks like. He's like, well, I can't actually be out there, having girls in my basement and get away with it. So it's like, I need to have the mosquitoes on mass scale and I need a reason for it.
The likely scenario here too is that it doesn't work and then there's some second order effect that nobody knew anything about.
How about this for a second order effect? More mosquitoes.
I mean, honestly, the parts.
How is that not enough of a second order effect? The 20 million a day more mosquitoes.
Yeah, the parts of the world though that have these amount of mosquitoes. No, it's going to be something else. It's going to be like some animal is going to be eating all these mosquitoes and it's going to go like super large and like aggressive from this like new just like all you can eat buffet of mosquitoes or something.
The lizards.
Like it's going to be something like that where they go, yeah, we didn't see that coming.
Did you see that coming though? The lizards, because lizards eat mosquitoes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Put two and two together.
Lizard people.
Bit of a feast for him and his pals.
The lizard people.